Here are the 8 finalists for the Hall of Fame class of 2020. From the North American and Women's Committees. Her career in basketball has been defined at every level by a single word: excellence. She began her career as an outstanding player at Louisiana Tech, leading her team to 2 national championships under Hall of Fame coach Leon Barmore. As head coach of the Baylor Lady Bears, she has never had a losing season. Over 19 postseason appearances, her teams have reached 4 Final Fours and won 3 national championships, including last year's when Baylor beat Notre Dame in a 1-point thriller. She is the first person in history to win a national championship as a player, assistant, and head coach. Selected a finalist by the Women's Committee as a coach, Kim Mulkey. Following an outstanding collegiate career at Michigan, the next nominee thrived as an NBA player with a career that included 5 All-Star appearances. His coaching career was equally remarkable, with over 500 career wins and back-to-back NBA championships with the Houston Rockets in 1994 and 1995. One of 3 coaches to lead a team to the NBA title and an Olympic gold medal, he was named NBA Coach of the Year in 1993 and led his team to 7 consecutive playoff appearances, while reminding us to never underestimate the heart of a champion. Named a finalist by the North American Committee as a coach, Rudy Tomjanovich. Our next honoree is a Massachusetts native who spent over 40 years of her professional life dedicated to coaching women's college basketball. She began her career at Clark University, moved to the University of Massachusetts, and then to her home since 1986, Bentley University. She is a 5-time WBCA Division II National Coach of the Year and was the 5th coach in NCAA women's basketball history to reach 1,000 career wins. Along the way, she led her Bentley team to the Division II championship in 2014. She is ranked first on the all-time Division II women's victories list and has been enshrined in the New England and Women's Basketball Halls of Fame. Selected a finalist by the Women's Committee as a coach, Barbara Stevens. The next nominee's impressive coaching career began in the 1960s. By the time he retired in 2008, he'd won more than 800 games, made 6 NCAA Elite 8 appearances, and 3 Final Fours. He's been recognized by 4 Halls of Fame and is the first coach in NCAA history to lead 4 schools to the NCAA tournament. Named a finalist from the North American Committee as a coach, Eddie Sutton. This all-time great grew up on the island of St. Croix in the U.S. Virgin Islands, dreaming of reaching the Olympics as a swimmer. Hurricane Hugo redirected him to basketball, and the rest is a history of understated greatness. His 2-way play and poise at Wake Forest made him the National Player of the Year as a senior. He then became the first overall pick by the San Antonio Spurs in the 1997 draft and the 1998 NBA Rookie of the Year. His professional resume includes 5 NBA championships, 3 Finals MVPs, and 2 league MVPs. He retired among the top 15 on the NBA career lists for points, rebounds, and blocks. And in 2016, the Spurs retired his jersey number 21. Selected a finalist by the North American Committee as a player, Tim Duncan. Our next honoree was born in New Jersey but played her senior season of high school ball in Texas, where she earned All-American honors. At the University of Tennessee, she was a 4-time All-American and helped lead the Vols to an NCAA championship as a freshman. Drafted 3rd overall by the Indiana Fever, she made both an immediate and lasting impact on the WNBA. As Rookie of the Year, a 10-time All-Star, 5-time Defensive Player of the Year, and League MVP. She spent her entire 16-year career with Indiana, and in 2012, the Fever's Do Everything Forward helped lead the Fever to its first and only WNBA championship, being named Finals MVP. Named a finalist by the Women's Committee as a player, Tamika Catchings. The next nominee is a South Carolina native who was named the National High School Player of the Year while attending Farragut Career Academy here on Chicago's West Side. Drafted by the Minnesota Timberwolves with the 5th pick in the 1995 NBA draft, he would become the first person in 20 years to be selected by an NBA team directly from high school. With his unusual blend of length, skill, and intensity, he quickly achieved beyond his years, making the All-Star game in his second season while leading the Timberwolves to their first ever playoff appearance. An All-Star in 10 of his first 12 seasons and the league MVP in 2004, after 12 years in Minnesota, he moved to Boston, and in his first year as a Celtic became the NBA's Defensive Player of the Year while teaming up with fellow All-Stars Ray Allen and Paul Pierce to lead the Celtics to the NBA championship. You know him as KG or the Big Ticket, and he's selected as a finalist by the North American Committee as a player, Kevin Garnett. Oh. Steady, KG. Steady, KG. Our last finalist was born in Philadelphia and attended Lower Merion High School, where he was named Parade Magazine and the Naismith Prep Player of the Year. Opting to forego college, he was the 13th pick by the Charlotte Hornets in 1996, but quickly traded to the Los Angeles Lakers, where he spent his entire 20-year career establishing himself as an all-time great. Teaming with Hall of Fame coach Phil Jackson and Hall of Fame center Shaquille O'Neal, he won 3 consecutive NBA championships by the time he was 23. Later, he would lead the league in scoring in consecutive seasons, and in 2008, won the league's MVP award. He then returned to 3 more NBA Finals, winning 2 more titles and earning Finals MVP awards for both. A 5-time NBA champion and 18-time All-Star, he also won Olympic gold medals with Team USA at the Beijing and London Olympics. Considered one of the greatest to ever play the game and named a finalist by the North American Committee as a player, and we sure wish he were here today. Kobe Bryant. And now, if you'd be so kind, we'd like to hear from a couple of our finalists. Kevin, Tamika, can you come up for a moment? Tamika Catchings and Kevin Garnett, everyone. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I listed off a lot of places in that resume of yours. Where do you think of when you think of this moment? Is it Tennessee? Is it Texas? Is it Indiana?
Well, currently it's Indiana, but you know, I'm just so blessed. I'm so thankful for all of the opportunities. Grew up, my father played with a lot of these guys, and so the blessing to be able to travel and be alongside of him and just to see the greatness. And of course, as you get older, you never really dream. I know for me, I never dreamed of this opportunity. I dreamed of being in the NBA, and then when the WNBA started and Cheryl was one of my role models, you know, I wanted to be just like her. I wanted to be like her and Lisa and Dawn. And so now to be able to have this opportunity, just kind of sitting back there, I'm like, gosh, like, I never dreamed of this. So I'm just so, it's awesome.
Well done.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Kevin, what would that kid who made the leap to the NBA in 1995 think of this?
They probably think that this is pretty awesome right here.
It is.
Yeah, Hall of Fame is something that you don't really think about, you don't really dream about. It just happens. I'm more than honored for this. This is over my head. This is one of the more get it together. This is more one of the more overwhelming situations I've ever been in. Thank you.
And it comes a day after we learn that the Celtics will be retiring your number as well. Okay, double congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you, guys.
Kevin Garnett, everyone. Well, there you have it, our nominees for the Hall of Fame class of 2020, all well-deserved.